Good afternoon, my friends. DRBMiller here. How is everybody doing? I welcome you all to my channel and to our Elder Scrolls world. Today we received some news which we could certainly consider to be a bit more positive and rewarding to all we heard yesterday. Our Prime Minister is in a stable condition in hospital, receiving oxygen treatment, but apparently we've heard also he did not have pneumonia and did not need any extra treatments which could be applied in case if it had it. So really that's been quite good, and we are all very happy to hear that there has been no further deterioration of his health. And generally the feeling is that the vast majority of our citizens are abiding by the rules and staying away from public places, not socializing, therefore helping everyone to continue with our battle against this deadly disease. I can't really stress hard enough or provide you with many more pointers, but just to say, I mean, if you obviously never worked in health services you will not know, but just try to think of a flat which is offered for one person, and then you suddenly have 5,000 people coming and claiming the flat. And what would happen to that flat or that house if 5,000 people try to get in at the same time? Well, it would simply collapse. The sheer weight of those people trying to get in, 5,000 into that one flat, would cause the flat to collapse physically, and it would be destroyed. And this is what can happen if we are not abiding by the rules to the health service. We would have too many people coming in, and not just with COVID-19 symptoms, but with any other symptoms of any other illnesses, and the system simply couldn't work because there would be too few doctors and nurses and far too many people coming in at the same time. I have to say, I did see in my local area very few people, but there were a few who were basically disobeying the rules. For instance, you would see them sunbathing during the weekend, or you would see them seated on benches, whilst all the benches had sticker tape left there by the police indicating that this is biohazard. So, it's a bit like a police tape saying stop police, and people just disregarded and sat on those benches. I mean, honestly, it defies logic. I mean, you're playing with people's lives, and obviously your own lives, the lives of your loved ones, as well as everyone else, and obviously all of us who had worked in health services, or as it was the case with me, in crisis intervention services. So really, quite frankly, it is completely unacceptable, and if it was down to myself, I would put everyone who's doing that in prison, because they're obviously oblivious to what's happening in the world, oblivious to the degree of responsibility which they need to be having. And I can just urge everyone to be doing what is necessary, and that is to be abiding by the rules and making sure that you're staying at home at all times, you're not socializing, you're not meeting anybody anywhere, inclusive of your loved ones who are not living together with you. And if you want to get a breath of fresh air, well, if you have a small garden or benefit of having it, then certainly you can be there, but do not go to parks and socialize with other people, and do not go out even if there is a major necessity for you to buy some goods at a time where you can expect some other people to be in your local shops. And I mean, Britain is under a complete lockdown at the moment, and we don't have anything open anywhere but just the shops for basic necessities. In my local area, it's been closed down already for 3 weeks. The vast majority of businesses closed down well before the actual lockdown took place, because people really didn't want to spread the virus. So indeed, be in places such as obviously shops and various other public places where they could indeed catch it. So that's been well disciplined and well adhered to, and even during the at any time of the day, if you were to walk through the local area, the town centre, it's completely deserted. There's hardly anybody in there, but there are people flouting the rules by going to perhaps some remote spots in parks and the open areas, open spaces, and that is certainly something that concerns me. So I certainly hope that there will be people who there will be measures introduced by the government that will definitely make sure that those people are brought to book. So we're still waiting for the news conference later in the day. We'll hear more about the number of deaths and the number of new cases coming to hospitals, but our country's been hit very hard. We are suffering literally in every town, village and city of our country, and certainly my heart goes to everyone who lost their loved ones. Unfortunately, I have heard from some of my contacts and business associates through Facebook and elsewhere that they lost some of the loved ones, and we are talking about quite a variety of different types of people, from those who were very old and with severe illnesses, chronic problems with the health, to individuals who were perfectly healthy and fit and young as well. So really, this virus, as you could see, if you consider our Prime Minister and Prince Charles, member of the royal family, and various members of the government, is absolutely not discriminating against anyone. Everybody can be at the receiving end of this deadly disease. So therefore, I urge everyone to stay at home and keep themselves in a full isolation. For myself, this is the day number, I can tell you, 29. So day 29 of quarantine for me and self-isolation. Only gone out a few times to get a breath of fresh air in the middle of the night where there literally is nobody around, and I also went to my shops or to my local Tesco's to get my basic shopping, which usually lasts me about 5 or 6 days, so there's no need for me to be going out more frequently, and I will adhere to this absolutely to the letter, because I want to be supporting the heroic effort that our doctors and nurses are battling right now. Also want to support everyone else in health services, and that includes people who work in care homes, people who are looking after the elderly relatives, and everyone who's involved, the police, the armed forces, the drivers, the people who are volunteering to help the basic crisis intervention and health services at this very, very difficult time. Thursday, in a couple of days, we'd like to have the same thing, with everybody applauding our heroes, and we just simply have to hope that the conditions and the number of casualties are going to be decreasing as we go on. But as you could see from other European countries and also from our statistics, we are very far from that. We are nowhere near it. And I think for those people who are asking for lockdown to be lifted and for shops to be reopened, you really are playing with fire. You are teasing death. I mean, honestly, you need to wake up and realize that you can be one of those people carrying the virus, developing it, and bringing that terrible, terrible havoc into the heart of your own family. So if you're not careful, even if we are to have measures which are lifting the lockdown, we will need to be very slow, very gradual, with massive restrictions in place for months to come. Because don't forget, if somebody tells you we're lifting a lockdown, that doesn't mean the virus is gone. So we have to be waiting for the virus to be completely eradicated, or indeed for the vaccine or medicaments to be found that will be helping us to treat the virus if people were developing very severe symptoms. But that's not on site at the moment, and we have to be patient, we have to be resolute, we need to continue fighting, we need to be positive and optimistic and forward thinking. Just like Her Majesty the Queen said the other day, the good days will come back again and we'll meet again. So remember that. These were the words of wisdom coming from a person who lived through the war, the Second World War, where this country, like many other countries, sustained unbelievable difficulties and sufferings, and she knows what the optimism at the darkest hour is and what it means to receive it from somebody in that position when given to the nation, how incredibly supportive and encouraging that is for everyone involved. So we can only say hip hooray for the monarch, for Her Majesty the Queen, and we can also be contributing by abiding by the rules, because the rules are there with a reason, and everyone needs to wake up to that reality. Don't think that if you are being told that you can perhaps walk around for an hour, that you are then in position to be socializing and meeting other people and doing everything else like you would have done in normal circumstances. We are very, very far from that. And as you've seen in other countries, they had lockdowns which were lasting much longer to what we had so far, and there will be no lifting those in countries like Spain, Greece, Portugal, France. The lockdown will remain for a long, long period of time. And if you're worried about your business and your money and your investments, I can tell you one thing. Have you been to a war zone? Have you been to a war? Do you know what it's like when you're walking and the grenades are falling everywhere? Do you know what it's like for children who are cowering in shelters and in basements of various buildings trying to survive? Can they think of a business or an enterprise which could be run? I can tell you they cannot, because what they need to think about is the basic survival. This virus, unless contained, could become a lot more deadly, because like any virus, it can mutate and cause an absolute havoc everywhere. And you could see what the Chinese have done really with massive quarantine and the strictest possible rules imposed, and they managed to contain the virus, but not quickly. It did take them quite a few months, which is, for whatever reason, not pointed out to everyone at the moment. So, I want to ask everyone for patience, and we have to be always positive, resolute, looking forward to the future. Like Majesty the Queen said, we'll meet again. The smiles will come back to our faces, but we are not there yet. So remember, hashtag stay at home UK, hashtag be at home UK, hashtag stay indoors UK, hashtag be a hero. You are a hero if you are supporting our heroic effort in battling the disease by staying at home. Of course, not socializing, not meeting anyone, not going anywhere. That is most important. And do that. Abide by the rule, stick to that every single day, 24/7, as we'd say in England. And the other thing is, if you join our community here online, you are going to be able to become a hero. You'll play any of the characters that you like. Master Chief in Halo, Marcus Phoenix in Gears of War, Jill Valentine in Resident Evil, or many other nameless characters. Commander Shepard in Mass Effect, my favorite game of all times, well, the trilogy, that is. You can play Danielle Deleroy, like what I'm doing at the moment. Danielle, whom you can see on the screen, nicely positioned there, is my character in open world RPGs, the ones sort of lodged in the distant mythical worlds of Morrowind and Oblivion and Skyrim and Dungeons and Dragons and Neverwinter and Bless and many other ones. And if you play this game, you happen to meet my character in those games, you'll see it's the same character, which is a bit uncanny because you don't expect the same character to be walking through those different games. But it's the idea I've taken from BioWare, because they've been introducing kind of a cross-game type of activities a little while back, and I really like the idea. And it's certainly something that will bond us and connect us very well once we are meeting each other out there in the game, regardless of what the game was, right? I mean, obviously I could introduce the character in the same character to Call of Duty, but I think it's better if it's sort of game specific or a particular type of activities. I mean, it'd be funny to see Daniel Deleroy, who's battling the demons and monsters in Elder Scrolls, for instance, or Neverwinter, in Call of Duty Warzone, because it just wouldn't be funny. It's a different kind of character with different types of activities. Right, I mean, I'll keep you updated on the virus and everything else that's happening in the UK, but for all of us, for all of our friends worldwide, I can tell you we are in a complete lockdown. Our country's come to halt. It's been like this already for a number of weeks. It's the third week running of the mandatory lockdown, but we already had slowdown for the previous 2 or 3 weeks, quite consistently and quite considerably in many areas of the country. So it has been a very, very difficult time. It's unprecedented times that we would have seen ever in our living memory, and as you could hear from the Queen, she's not seen that even during the Second World War. The spirit of companionship, of care, is something that gets really, really accelerated, and it's very present in those days where we are facing a deadly disease or some form of enemy attacking us and trying to unseat us. And we will win this war. The battle will carry on, and unfortunately we do not see the end of that war, but it will happen, and therefore we need to make our time spent at home indoors as enjoyable as possible, as productive as possible. To say it's been a bit difficult for me because my isolation in here has been already for 28, 29 days or more. Let me think, where is it? It's the day 29 today. And certainly during the last couple of weeks, I've had some difficulties with falling asleep because my physical side of things, the activity has been greatly reduced to very bare minimum, and I couldn't really do the same sort of thing with my regular walks and, fizz, so to speak, despite the fact I exercise every day indoors. But I miss my swimming. I go swimming 5 times a week, which really is affecting my physique as well, and I can really tell that the physical activity is very important. But we are really placed in a very, very different type of situation. The situation where we are sort of, I wouldn't say hibernating, but we're put in a state of stasis, and we are doing various things which are possible from home. Well, obviously we have the benefit of our technology, and lots of things can be done from home. And compare that with, let's say, 20-30 years ago, where really the entire world would crumble. There'd be no means of communication or anything. It would be absolutely horrific. Fortunately, we've got the benefits of tech, and we can communicate. And I had many sessions with people who are experiencing or are being affected by coronavirus online. And this is not through gaming, but through my other professional services which I run, and Skype and WhatsApp and all the other apps are providing a safe space for us to be conducting such sessions, and indeed helping people who are experiencing a lot of difficulty as a result of this deadly pandemic. And my heart goes to everyone who lost loved ones and people who are affected at the moment, and everyone's in my thoughts and prayers. And so we are back to our Elder Scrolls world. Like I said in my recent broadcast, we are going to be having it here as one of the major games, together with Destiny and Mass Effect. And I had been streaming on Mixer quite a lot during the last month, and I've not been present here on Twitch as much as usual. Wanted to test the platform, and as you know, Mixer is well integrated with Xbox activities, and it has some positive sides, but on a technical front it does not really function well, and I've had some serious problems. I mean, I'm really not that affected by maybe streaming quality, but several of my broadcasts were not recorded, and therefore I couldn't really upload them to YouTube. Also, they don't have the automated system to which you can just upload everything immediately after you finish your broadcast. So you have to be downloading to your PC, uploading to YouTube. So it takes time, but that's not a problem. It's easily done if everything worked. But I've lost several broadcasts which were actually quite lengthy, and I've lost also one of my news broadcasts which didn't record. And once I complained and asked for a retrieval of that information, they said, well, it's just been purged from server, never been recorded or something. And that, if you're running a platform for professional broadcasters, if you're buying people like Ninja and Shroud to be attracting visitors and gamers to watch you, that's just a non-starter. Also, the technical support is incredibly poor. I really had responses which were similar to what I do as Xbox ambassador, helping others. There's absolutely no technical knowledge on certain issues, and people just copied and pasted things off a Mixer website and kept sending me this, and then for those issues I've not received an appropriate satisfactory response. The issues are still open several weeks later. It's just completely unacceptable. So I told them I will not continue with Mixer at the moment. If they improve the platform, I'll get back, because Twitch is here and works perfectly. We have sometimes issues with some of the participants. The Twitch community is not as well policed compared to Microsoft. Mixer is not owned by Microsoft. It's or maybe it is now, but it's a platform that was run independently but brought into the equation, and it is absolutely abiding and adhering to the Microsoft rules which support ethical gaming, and I really like that. I think it's absolutely wonderful. If you go to any Microsoft forums online, you will see that they discuss many games in a very, very adequate way, which is full of praise and with lots of interesting comments and views, and you don't have anybody saying anything rude, offensive, using lewd words or anything of that sort. That is because they know if they were to do that, Xbox ambassadors would report that individual to the safety team, and then that person would lose access to Xbox services altogether, permanently, for life. and the new systems they use will prevent them from accessing anything to do with a particular account through any platform. Don't forget, Xbox is developing a new system through which we are going to be able to access the information on their service through any platform. So they already have certain systems in place which really are working very well in terms of safety for the users, but I think it will be greatly enhanced once the Project X Cloud is launched. Just a brief word about Project X Cloud for all of you who are on Xbox. It is going to be a new service to which we are going to be able to transfer all the data, all the games, everything we have on our console to xCloud, which is basically a virtual drive out there on Microsoft servers. And then therefore we are going to get the ability to access this information on, let's say, a tablet or our mobile phone, wherever we are. We will need our controller, which is our Xbox controller, and that Xbox controller will have to be Bluetooth enabled. So the older generation controllers will not function because they do not have Bluetooth capability. They will not connect to our tablets. But the new ones, the ones delivered ever since we had the release of X and S models, will work. And you can look it up online, that there are some instructions on what controllers have it, and basically they're pointing you to the ones which you can use. I'm one of the guys testing xCloud at the moment, and testing is at its preview stage, so we're not doing anything in depth, and we are not offered any other services, but just simply streaming of the games live. And so far so good. I can tell you that the streaming services on xCloud are better than the ones on PlayStation Now, and they are of much higher quality, both in terms of audio and visual, and no glitches of any sort. Obviously they selected the best games, the ones that will perform beautifully on handheld devices, very, very sharp, razor sharp images, and sound quality is terrific, and also the controller system works very, very well. So think about it, we can't do this at the moment, but once this pandemic subsides, once we win the war against the virus, once the restrictions everywhere are lifted, if you were on a beach, you're in a park, and you received a message on your app, be it Xbox or PlayStation, that another person wants to kind of squad up with you, maybe do some Warzone. Warzone is also cross-platform at the moment, as you know, and you'll be able to just log in and play. Doesn't matter where you are, and you will need to have the fastest possible internet, remember that, and slow Wi-Fi will not cut it. Basically it'll cause you problems, but I think we are likely to see different packages given through operators, ISPs and mobile operators, because people will use those services more and more, and as the number of users increases, it's like the price will go up. So we need to see basically what happens, but I can just tell you that I've been testing the service. I'm amazed by it. It's revolutionary, and I think for the next generation of gamers it is going to be really, really good, and it'll open up new horizons on what we can be really doing online. It'll be interesting to see how they integrate also the interactive services, the ones where we stream or have our video camera on, and how all of that will really pan out considering the current internet speeds. But I'm very hopeful, and I think particularly in times like these where we are prevented from meeting our loved ones, our friends, we can connect in other sorts of ways, and at that time this will be even more enhanced. I think it's worth keeping in mind that the vast majority of people are working from home at the moment worldwide, and it is likely that the way we work, the way the employment is organized worldwide, will drastically change once this pandemic subsides, and we can expect many other social, economic and political changes in all parts of the world as a result. So I'd say people need to be prepared for that. And I've seen on Twitter in particular some messages indicating that everyone's very impatient, but the storm's coming, I'm afraid, and that's the way it is going to be. Let's hope that the outcome is going to be very positive for us all. Alright, I can see that our friend Sukupupu from Finland is here. Hello, how are you doing? I've seen you there earlier on, but I couldn't really cut into my introduction. You could see that I'm spending every single day a sizable amount of time on my bulletin related to the virus, and we have many people who are in our gaming community who who are connecting with that. I've had yesterday some people from the United States, and they were updating me on what's happening out there. I was astonished to realize that they still do not have a mandatory lockdown. I find that really unbelievable. Obviously, the lockdown is imposed in certain places, but it's not mandatory in all of the states, and that is just mind-boggling. I mean, you could see that countries like Italy and Spain and China that were worst affected, they imposed the strictest possible curfews imaginable, and they believe that that is the only way to beat the disease. And I really, honestly, I was staggered to hear some of the things from there. And regrettably, if such curfews are not imposed, very many people die, and it defies logic, really. I personally cannot understand it as a health professional. Really. But on the other hand, we've seen other things, not currently, but during the last 10 years, taking place that are beyond understanding. In our societies. I'll make it plural so people don't think it's just in Britain. It's societies, because I've seen that happen in various parts of Europe as well as I travel, and obviously to discussions with my friends and colleagues. Alright, so hi Sekapupu. Hello, how are you doing? Long time no see. Long time no hear. I've sent you some messages regarding The Division and Ghost Recon, and there were a few other games that Xbox are offering as freebies during the last few weekends. Every weekend of mine, if there is time, in view of the current crisis, is dedicated to freebies, and they offer free with gold, games with gold every weekend, usually about 3 or 4 games which people can try. 2 of them are usually blockbusters, and I have to say it's been a very, very good selection. So we had lots of fun. I have to tell you that obviously you like some of the team effort shooters, and the Ghost Recon is really very, very good. They really gave us the opportunity to play Breakpoint for free for about 3 days, because during that week, it was a couple of weeks ago, they introduced so-called experience mode, came together with a new update. And the experience mode is something that the gamers were asking the developer to offer for quite some time. I mean, I'm sure you're also familiar with the fact that when you're playing a character in a game like The Division or Ghost Recon, you feel that there is a limit to what you can customize, And so what they've done is they kind of tweaked it so that every single aspect of the game is customizable. So you can literally build a game according to how you want to play it, and that's incredible. Bit tricky because it's vast. You can actually resort just to basics, or you can resort to literally every single bit. And I think particularly rewarding for people who are playing it in teams and then doing it many times. You can't play the game without any form of tips, so you'll have to be exploring absolutely everything by yourself without maps. But if you've gone through maps already many times, then you will know where to go, and on that mode you'll be perhaps discovering some extra bits which previously weren't seen. I really liked it because I told everyone just to build a whole team. You build like 4 characters, and each member needs to be an integral part of a squad. So if you build a team like a Spec Op team of let's say a guy who specialized in assaults and use of weaponry to be the leader of the Charlie team, the combat team, right? And then you would have the one who's doing the stealth, like a sniper watching on his back. You can have a medic, and you can have an explosive specialist, or most importantly, a person who's excellent in navigation, like a top-notch navigator. So when you build that team of 4, you got a squad which can be integrated with any other group if people want you to pop in, even on random selections, and that's really very, very good. And you can build every character to your own satisfaction, and therefore I think the new experience mode is really massively enhancing. It's really very enjoyable, and the game is very good. You got all kinds of tips through which you can do like a prone camouflage. You lie on the floor, you kind of use all the mud on you in order to blend with the environment, and you become completely invisible. So really, really top-notch way of being able to remain fully hidden. However, this doesn't work if you were previously spotted. You see what I mean? If you're spotted, you can use all of that, but because they're spotted, they know exactly where you are. You've got to be using prone cam in order to avoid being spotted. So it's quite good, really, and I tried it, by the way. It's got killed a few times, and had a lot of fun, literally, by doing it. So I highly recommend it, really. And it's not offered on any major reductions at the moment, minor reductions, so it's still quite expensive. It's a reasonably new game. And Sekapupu says, I'm very good. I haven't been on console now. I'm playing more on PC. Well, that sounds good. Tell me, what games are you playing on PC? I'm curious. You playing the cross-platform games like Call of Duty Warzone and what else? Fortnite, any of those Battle Royale games? Are you doing Destiny, perhaps? Destiny 2? Which I think works very, very well there. You're playing Anthem. We are going to be doing Anthem here very, very shortly. The game's been now, I wouldn't say fixed, but massively improved, and I've been quite happy with what I've heard. And also, I like they were improving that, customization on Anthem, so the characters could be really beautifully built. And Anthem is actually ideal for you because you like collecting everything, and you like building characters to a certain level. And not just that you can provide them with a fantastic design, but they can have special abilities, and you can, similar to Breakpoint, you can really do them to your own satisfaction, do you know? And it provides you with the infinite number of possibilities. But it's funny, I think people who usually like BioWare kind of dislike that. My feeling is they all complain that customization is not good enough because there isn't enough content, and I don't know, I find it surprising. I think the monsters and the enemies in Anthem are very good. There are lots of activities, the events are pretty good, and just visually it's a very, very kind of intoxicating type of environment. Once you start walking, you find all sorts, So Kapusa, I'm playing Destiny 2, TF2 Terraria, JBBA games on Roblox, and what's SCPSL? What's that? I don't really dig into all these abbreviations, so I don't really know what it is, You're playing Call of Duty Warzone. If you're not, you really should. We can actually hook up on Warzone. You can do it on PC. Obviously, you'll have major advantage in aiming and targeting, and I can do it on Xbox, and we can crack on sometime, I've had a number of matches during the first week. I was, hopping on the trail of promotion, and we had a lot of fun. Call of Duty Warzone, the best battle royale, is better than PUBG and Apex combined, I would say. Very good maps, and it's very realistic, very wide map. It's easy to survive for a long mile, lengthy matches, and it's all down to team effort. Anytime you play with a non-team effort, you're gone immediately, and loads of people on keyboards in there, Some people use keyboards on the Xbox. Have you used keyboards on Xbox? I wonder, because I never used it. But you know that you can use keyboard and mouse on Xbox. The PC gamers complain that the use of keyboard and mouse on Xbox is delayed, so it's not as fast, it doesn't register quick enough, so it has like a lag. And anyone who's obviously experienced on their top-notch kind of gaming PC will be able to spot that straight away. Just get my drink. Talking does make my throat sometimes slightly croaky. Sekapupu, what do you think of my character, Daniel de Leroy? Had you seen her before in Neverwinter, Dungeons and Dragons, or any other? You might have seen her in Bless, I beg your pardon. I've been streaming Bless and playing it. Bless is a really good game. Really recommend it. I'm not sure whether you can download it for PC. I think it is presently still Xbox exclusive. I think it is Bandai Namco game. Sekapupu says that my character looks a bit old-timey. Really? Why? You mean because of outfit? Well, the tricky thing is she is wearing this outfit because so far I've not been able to collect any good armor. And that's funny because previously on Elder Scrolls with other characters I was able to do it, so I'm not sure whether it's to do with the kind of Dragon Knight class that I've selected. But she has a very powerful weapon, and her weapon is really deadly for the enemies, Are you playing Call of Duty Warzone? Have you tried it? You really should, it's a really good game. If you want to play it sometime, just let me know. We could hook up and obviously do it in live broadcast, or obviously outside of my kind of schedule. Well, you've not played it, or you? The only thing is, it's a very, very massive big game. In terms of the actual physical size, it's about 100 gigs, I think, but well deserved. Beautifully designed, and you have constantly both leveling up and you're acquiring all different types of goodies, to improve your armor. It has unbelievably well developed system of mods, so you'll be modifying everything from your kit through your weaponry, and I think it does make significant difference, because unlike in Apex or PUBG that frequently come to close quarter battle, in here, well, not in here, but in Call of Duty Warzone, a lot of it is also wide range, and there are some absolutely amazing snipers in there. So when properly customized, they're unbelievably deadly. I mean, I've been killed a couple of times with just one-shot hits, and they were really good, So it wasn't just the internet speed; it was just the precision, the way they were using them. So that was really, really cool. Definitely worth trying. And how about Destiny 2? Are you doing it as well? Are you doing the new season? How are you finding it? There've been some complaints. I mean, I've not played it, but much. I've had a couple of sessions, and people complain that it is repetitive. They don't feel rewarded by everything they get, and they felt that the new artifact, the one which you're filling in every single season, didn't seem to kind of gel with them too well. I don't know why. I think it's pretty much in sync with all we've seen. But you know what? I played Mass Effect quite a bit recently and streamed it, and Mass Effect does have some elements of Destiny, but then I realized what the major difference is, and as the wider two games will attract a very, very different group of gamers, Mass Effect balances out very well a massive dialogue RPG storytelling content with a lot of fierce firefights. So some of the firefights and side missions are incredibly difficult, and because it's an old game, the character is a bit remote, so AI is frequently more dominant. It takes you a while to kind of master the situation. Destiny is lacking that. It's more dedicated to collecting items and firefights, and I think there is a danger within the current concept, unless they are beefing up on the story, that it will lose its own kind of attractiveness for many gamers. So I know they'll be introducing some new characters, and there was a bit of story, but they talked about everything will be tied into the story. But do you have the feeling that they've done a lot? I mean, my feeling was that so far it's Shadowkeep, and I didn't seem to have that element of dialogue in there that much. They give you the facts about the world and all that's happening and all that, but I just reminded myself after going back to Mass Effect how immersive the game is, and how well balanced the situations with dialogue really are, together with action sequences. And also it depends on the player, because if people cut it short, they will have little dialogue, but still the story will carry on, and they'll be given different options. There'll be lots of fighting in there. Just one thing that maybe by the present standards is kind of noticeable in Mass Effect is you're playing 3 characters, but it's not a multiplayer, so you are directing the other 2 guys who are part of your squad where to go, and there was a major complaint at the time that they could have done a multiplayer, but they didn't want to. And the same problem was also in the other massive big game, which is equally wonderful, Dragon Age. Played it the other day just a bit, just to try it again, and you will know from Xbox Game Pass they have some of those biggest games on it, and they work really well on Xbox One, I've got to say. The thing is that the graphics are a bit dark compared to the way they were in 360, because they weren't remastered. They've been just literally adapted for the use on Xbox One, so that's noticeable in Mass Effect. And I thought the Dragon Age looked a bit unusually bright compared to what I've had on Xbox 360. But anyway, all good, all working fine. There's no lag, which is very important, because those games were quite laggy at the time. And yeah, so that was the complaint, that we couldn't bring in other guys in there. And you know, do like a proper team match. They had it in Mass Effect Andromeda, but that game was not well received by the fans of the trilogy. There's been a problem with it. I've not played it yet. I've got it on PlayStation, but I've not tried it yet. We'll do it once I finish the trilogy in due course. Right, well, I talked quite a bit. Sekopupu is here, and maybe we'll now entertain a bit of gameplay. So let me see. We have Daniel De Leroy, as you can see, she's reached level 4, and Breton is her race, which is basically a kind of similar to humans, I believe, and her class is Dragon Knight, which is a warrior, and the location we are presently exploring is Stros Mackay. That's a big city in there. So Kabub was asking me, are you going to be playing on your PC at some point? No. At present it will be just all on consoles, because my second year is dedicated to both consoles together, and that's Xbox and PlayStation. Beefed up stuff on Xbox for obvious reasons, because there are lots of games that are not accessible on PlayStation services, particularly through PS Now as well, because PS Now gives us a lot of games which you can stream directly, but you can't download them, therefore I can't stream them through Twitch, and that's a serious kind of thumbs down for me. Whilst Xbox has exactly the opposite. Presently you can't stream anything directly to your display through Xbox Game Pass unless you indeed downloaded the game. So downloading is of primary importance, and therefore having an extra, a spare external hard drive is equally important. So it's funny because this character looks like Neo Automata, very similar. It's funny how people create characters that look like somebody else from some other game. Yeah, just to get back to your point, no, at the moment there'll be no PC games, and I have many PC games, the older ones, that are wonderful to watch and wonderful to stream, but there just isn't enough time really, and I abbreviated my time spent on my broadcast due to my other responsibilities and activities. So really it is the question of time and the question of how the channel is growing, I think presently, if we were looking at the number of viewers, the vast majority will come from consoles, although the streamers you'll find are doing a lot of stuff on their PCs, and the vast majority of people doing Battle Royale and shooter type of games are doing them on their PCs because they have advantage with their keyboard and mouse. I can recommend you a few if you want to squad up with some guys. There are some Scandinavian streamers who are my contacts, and you can have a look at them. So 2 ladies, one is called Lilithy and the other is called Rapunzel, and they play games like Apex and PUBG and Call of Duty Warzone now, all the kind of competitive. They're pretty good. They have lots of followers and they're very funny, and they're cool really. I can highly recommend them. And I know they're obviously doing them, playing those games on their PC. The reason as to why lots of streamers also who are not into competitive gaming are doing them on the PCs is to do with Streamlabs. Streamlabs is a software which you download, and that software gives you a lot more muscle in terms of how you conduct your streams and all that you do there, with different layouts, and you can have tipping with funny animations and all sorts. So it's definitely putting you in a greater advantageous position as a streamer, if you obviously more competitively. Right, so let's do a bit of gaming, shall we? We talked quite a bit. It's been a good opening of our Elder Scrolls session. In fact, it reminded me of many of our Destiny streams. I have whilst doing it on Mixer, I really felt a bit phased to a degree, because I was entering a different community, did not quite what to expect, and the community on Mixer is very small, so that itself is of greater significance. With our community on Twitch, we have always exponential rise of members coming in, having a look, and but the communities are very different. Mixer does have a small but very dedicated community of Xbox gamers, which means when people come in, they're really experts in within a particular field of video gaming, and I've had some conversations which were really very, very rewarding in there. But if you're building a community, it really is very, very difficult. If you don't have sponsorship, if you're not coming up right at the top through algorithms, then you'll have basically nobody coming. And there aren't that many streamers there either. And I know as to why that is, because there are some people there coming into my game, and I didn't actually invite them. I can hear them. Boo. And we are live on Twitch, so people swearing, that is unacceptable. Alright, let's crack on. Let's talk to Captain Colleen. Let us see. I want to ask Sekopupu, are you playing a game at the moment? You playing Destiny, or which one are you entertaining?
All true, Miller. Yet at least we would earn coin.
You go if you want. I'm staying here and waiting for a ship.
Peace, Miller. No call for such talk. I remain and will pray for patience.
The captain's here. Who's this? You see, funny thing is, Jakan's here, and that girlfriend of his was so angry with him, she wanted to kill him, whilst I brought Jakan to Captain Colleen for that heist. Sekapupu tells me that he's at the moment playing a Roblox JoJo's, which is a bizarre adventure game. Well, I have a few interesting games on my list. There's a just quickly have a look. I'll tell you. There is it's a very interesting game popping up on the current discounts in Microsoft Store. And let me just have a look what the game is. Bear with me. So we'll go to the app. Then we'll go to Microsoft Store. Not sure what it is. The option where I can see buy later, so just bear with me. See it. Search.
You go if you want. I'm staying here and waiting for a ship.
Peace, Miller.
No, I don't think I can.
I remain and will pray for patience.
Let's see again. No, I can't access it straight away now, I'm afraid. I picked up a couple of very interesting titles that offered on very low prices, and there's this one game which is a kind of a murder mystery adventure type of game, offered for about $1.50 or so, and I've had it on my radar for a little while. I did see it advertised through PlayStation Store, but it wasn't as cheap as that. And I like picking up some of those obscure games that are maybe a bit bizarre, a bit strange. I don't know whether you played Ori. Ori is a very good platformer on Xbox. It's proprietary to Microsoft, and it's quite tricky because I'm not really a platformer. I didn't play many of those overall since the early kind of PC games of the 90s, and it's really kind of it's got really a lot of good spirit and positivity, but you've got to be careful not to fall into certain traps, because then it's very difficult to retrieve the character. I recommend it. Ori and the Will of the Wisps is a very, very cool game. Really liked it. Alright, let's see what we've got here. Captain Colleen. Nearly did something completely wrong, which was to steal, and that's what I don't want to do. Look at this. It's a bit silly. Captain Colleen is here.
Thanks to you, we've actually got a chance to pull this off.
Alright, I'm ready. Let's do this, shall we?
After we hit Bosek's palace, we're done here. Are you sure you're ready to leave?
Certainly. Who is left to recruit?
If we're going to do it right, we'll need Jakar, Naramo, and crafty Larissa.
Alright, so tell me a bit more about crafty
She's
Larissa.
an old friend, captain of the Maiden's Breath. She's also a master of disguise. We can use that. The Sea Drakes use their lighthouse tricks to run her ship aground near Saintsport. Rescue her, and she might join us.
Sounds very good. I'll look for her. How do I find her?
Don't spot her. She stays well hidden. Your best bet is to look for her monkey, Howler. They're never far apart. Find that monkey, and you'll find Larissa.
So I need to look for that monkey. Alright, I remember doing that. Tell me, who runs Stross Mackay?
Or Headman Bosek, as he calls himself now. He took over the palace years ago, killed the old ruler and took his place.
Sounds dreadful. Doesn't anyone stand up to
And
him?
Helene, but she's worse than Bosek. Her Sea Drakes run Saintsport south of here. Biggest band of murderers on the sea. Bosek and Helene tolerate each other. Neither's ready for a war. Yet.
Oh. Where can I get the drink around
The
here?
Screaming Mermaid's just up the road, and they've always got good rum. Just keep a grip on your coin purse, or you'll be a beggar by day's end.
Right, sounds good. I'm off there before I depart looking for that monkey. Anyone I should watch out for?
Bosek's thugs, the bloody fists. Cross one, you cross them all, and Bosek will have your head on a pike faster than you can say, "Please, don't put my head on a pike." Also, the Sea Drakes will gut you if you enter Saintsport.
Right, I'll certainly keep this in mind. So where's the rest of your crew?
Deserted, the traitors. See, there's a fortune to be made from Breton galleons. Thing is, King Farharajad called for an end to it now that we're all part of the Daggerfall Covenant. Of course, as a loyal Redguard, I obeyed.
Who's King Fajarahad?
Ruler of the Redguard people, now king among equals in the Daggerfall Covenant. King Farharajad would have us raid the ships of our enemies, not our allies. There is wisdom in that.
Tell me, did your crew disagree?
If by disagreed you mean tried to kill us, then yes. Bunch of bloody mutineers. Lambour, myself, and a few others ran them off the ship, but word spread. No one here wants to sail with a captain who won't raid Bretons.
Thank you. I think that will conclude all of my questions. I shall bid you a farewell. So now we need to be looking for that monkey. Let me see. Meet Colleen when you're ready to start the heist. Well, in a minute. What's this? Tip. Find Larissa. But we need to see that on our quests. Okay. Tip of the spearhead. Find Larissa. Okay, we've got that, I think.
Tired of sitting here in the laurel. We should head to
Let's
Saints.
go to the
Why?
journal.
This
Quests.
reading rots my limbs and wearies my mind.
There's scum over there.
Larissa is somewhere in Saintsport.
Strip the wrecks.
All true, Maluro. Yet at least we would earn coin.
You go if you want. I'm staying here and waiting for a ship.
Peace, Maluro. No call for such talk. I remain and will pray for patience.
Port hunting, Saintsport. We need to find Saintsport. And then we need to go there. Okay, so we'll go to port. Okay. So that's all sorted, and now we are ready to go. So remember not to steal, because if you steal, you'll change the way the game is played, really. Bear with me, I just need to pick something up. I'll be back literally in 1 minute. There we are, I'm back. We'll carry on with our adventure here in Elder Scrolls. Bear with me.
We should head to Saint. This waiting thins and wearies my mind. All true, Malurl. Yet at least we would earn coin.
Yeah, I've seen these chaps the other day around here all the time. Team of 4. So that monkey should be somewhere around here, as I remember. So Kapupa tells us some guys just really used solar bites the dust on me. Well, I'm not sure what that is really in that game. I've not played the game, you know. Some mouse in there. Who's this? Lepida is doing some nice fishing. It's the board in there to pick up some mission. We were ready to, but we're not bothered. This one's also fishing. That's not a monkey in there. What's weird is that it's not really indicated where. Hang on. So I'll get rid of that. They're not there. Go and have a look at this other ship. What's that? A bird! Booper says it's the thing that kills the whole server. Oh. Well, be then cheating.
There's always more to do.
Well, so far I'm not so in finding that monkey. Tells me I need to kill him and I'm ready to heist. Well, I can't because I haven't got... What's this? Could she be on a ship? Maybe. We'll try. Got to keep an eye out for that monkey. You could see the... It is full of packed with activities. It's very easy to miss if you are. But maybe I'm pursuing. Find Larissa above. Okay, so she may be then up here. She may be on a ship. Good, I found her. That's really astonishing. I thought I was going to be. Ooh, look at him. Nasmat, Alethian. Above, so she must be above here somewhere, right? Irene. Talk to her for a minute.
What do you want?
Are you going to be sailing with us?
I'll pull my weight, unlike Jakan. He's not getting near another woman until I'm too old to stop him. And we Altburn live a very long time.
Sounds good. I shall bid you a farewell. So who says it's from an anime from a manga named JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and it's good. Sounds good, yeah. Sounds like a really good adventure game. I've not played any of those, you know, so I'm not familiar. Are you playing any of the Xbox Game Pass games, like Gears of War 5 or, you know, any of the big ones that are there? Because Xbox Game Pass has lots of great games, and you can try Prey. They'll be discontinuing with it on Game Pass on the 15th, so you'll have still about a week to play. Prey is a very good game. It's a shooter FPS. Okay, I've been here. Okay, so where is the character then? They told me she was above. Above where? Nah, it's below. Okay, I must have been... Master Kasan is here. So now I happen to be too high up. Some of the... No. This is Nasmith. Nesmith and Eledian. Okay. Tamasha. Fenil. Nicoline's diary. Private. Hey, whoever you are, this is private. Private. If you read it, I'll kill you, I swear. Knife in ribs while you sleep. Okay, I'm not gonna read it then. Don't fancy it. At the moment. So Kapupu says it's probably in some hidden room. No, I don't think so. As far as I remember, I forgot it really. I played it before, you know, but I just forgot where the monkey is. In the game, sometimes you have quests which are not marked on a map, so you need to be literally using your own abilities to find where somebody is. And at most times, you will have it marked on a map. So, and it did tell me that she was somewhere on here, you know. So it's Larissa that I'm after. talked to already, so this is not it. Okay. Does look like there's something out there though. I like that. Always refreshing to get, you know, a nice good old swim. Saint Sport. So this is exactly what she is. Yeah, it's marked on. Been spotted before. She's gonna be here. What we want to do is really see whether this crab could. Crabs. So there's no need to. That's my sword. Looks of it.
I need help.
Not helping at the moment. I need to find Larissa. It's a bit too high. Get up there. It's going to be up there. Loss. Is she up there? The answer is negative. Oh, this can be collected, okay. Okay, that's pretty good. Some money. Water skin. Some water. Sakapupu tells me that the stream looks like I'm in a matrix. Well, that's the Twitch app on Xbox, you know, it's a bit different compared to the other on PlayStation. And principally they tweaked Mixer, their own app, to be working better, but it still doesn't work very well. You get picture interference and kind of a green surface emerging, cutting into the stream, and that really very annoying. On the other hand, it's also dependent on the game. I've seen that with the older games like Mass Effect, the stream looks really good, but with the newer game that, you know, require a lot more bandwidth, there is a problem. So that's also something I spotted as I've been testing both Mixer and Twitch here on Xbox. I think generally I would say that I am more in favor of Xbox in terms of the quality graphics. The graphics on my display look staggering. They're superior on this Xbox that I've got compared to my PlayStation. So, but you know, it's a minute difference, and really, for instance, this game looks much better on Xbox than on PlayStation, and I can't tell you why. The graphics are like very crisp, and it just seems to. Dealing with wolves in there. Larissa is below, so probably up here somewhere. Just a second. No, that's not it. She should be here. Why am I not now? I saw that. Stand it. He's chasing me. Picked up some materials, some supplies. Iron maul. Cast of great sword, Jacan's machete. Staff we picked up as well, Jacan's machete. $10.96. Hang on a minute. $10.96. Okay. Iron maul. Level 4. So now she has iron maul. We'll try it. Looks like it's more powerful than the other ones. You know. Head. Nah, I don't fancy that helmet. I'll give it a miss. Chest. Oh, that's really cool. It's much better. So she is a lot more protected now with this new chest piece. Shoulders. Put this one on as well. That's cool. Yep. Okay, we'll see how powerful this is. Tells me that Larissa is above. Above where? No, that's not it. So it should be up here. Okay, maybe in a building, I don't know. Well, we'll try. Okay. He was reduced to rubble in no time. Let's see him. It's powerful. Okay. Nothing to pick up in there.
Circle around.
Uppercut cannot be moved. Gold, Sip of Health, Sea Drake Disguise, Maple Shield. We've got everything in there. That's pretty good. We'll take all. You found a disguise. Your disguise can be found in your character's inventory. It's important to note that some enemies are able to see through disguises and will detect you. If you engage in combat, your disguise will be destroyed. Okay, so we need to see skills. Which one did I pick up now? Two-handed. Uppercut, critical charge. RB, critical charge. Okay, so that's equipped by the looks of it. See, where's my character? Oh, appearance. Okay. Okay, so that's the one. Put that Sea Drake Disguise. Ooh. There's quite a few of them. Oh, that's too bad. I was looking at that disguise in there. So what happened to my disguise? Notifications. New daily reward. Okay. £25 crown try restoration points, so that's quite good. And then what else? Inventory. Neck we have. An appearance. Yeah, this is the one. Okay. Disguise yourself as a Sea Drake pirate. Okay. Quite good. Lemon. I fancy lemon. Yeah, you could see the disguise was there for a minute. Let me see what I can... Inventory. Character. Looks like it's one off. inventory. Neck. Offhand. Maple shield. Oh, look at that. That's dreadful. No, that's not a good idea. And now I'm being stranded. It's my own fault. Okay. So that was not a good idea. Need to hide in there for a minute. Meat. Right, I need to get that sword back on. In fact, I'll take my sword, the big sword. It's level 1, but it's very powerful. You get massive, massive abilities with it. And I'm just wondering if Larissa is up in our building, because the building seems to be protected, so I don't know. What does it tell us? Still standing? A bit ridiculous. Take cool. Searing strike increase to rank, what was it, 3 or 4? To search him. Oh, he's gone already. Come on. Went too far. Right, is that monkey going to be there? Strong. I've got to say I'm very pleased with the armor I picked up. I'm a lot stronger compared to what I was early on, so that will serve me. So difficult to find Larissa. Don't know why. Shouldn't be. Seems like a pedestrian task, but no, this is not it. Okay, we discovered that Saint Shrine. Don't want to talk to him really. Okay, got level 5. So what does he want?
Help me! They're after me!
I'm not going to help him right now. Corpse. Yeah, I've got already the one which is somewhat better. Shoulders. Pauldron of health. Yeah, I've got already the better one. Appearance. Okay, put a disguise for the time being. Okay. Now we need to look at character. Level up rewards. I like it when my character gets excited there. The rewards are always nicely appreciated. And I just realized that, believe you me, my clock just stopped and I could see something's wrong in there because the time's wrong. And the time now in the UK is 15:49. Now the time is in order. Okay, continue. Tribute points, Magicka. Two-handed soul magic, soul trap, Breton skills. Probably two-handed we want to increase. So I purchased one passive ability which is forceful. Okay, and then I want to Gift of Magnus also I can purchase. Okay. Maximum Magicka by 825. It's a good skill. And max Magicka by 1650, as you could see, so that's also quite good. Okay, so we use this. We'll do this later because we need to find, what's her name, Larissa. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe, hang on, I search the corpse then. So he's got a paper under his belt. It seems that the Beatles have cut holes into it. You can still make something out of the writing. Reward is offered for all dwarven relics delivered in good working order. Money is paid depending on condition, rarity and usefulness of said relic. Pieces of relics also accepted depending on condition. Okay, so we'll take everything. Ah, that's a side quest. I didn't want to do that. Inventory. What have we got there? Slottable items. Okay, a sip of health. We have all sorts in there. Okay, materials. Plenty of those. Supplies. Several. 269. I'm not really that rich. That's the fact. Using that disguise at the moment, and I'm disguising myself as a Sea Drake pirate. Okay, so character, skills, level up. So I can contribute 2 points in there. So my magical skills are skyrocketing. But let me just see this. Okay, doesn't matter. It's all good. And I need to find, where's the journal? Okay, quests. Tip of the spearhead. Okay. So tip of the spearhead. So what happened? I don't get it. Hang on a minute. I didn't... Sphere assembly. So where's the character that I was looking for? There must be a glitch. The character just disappeared. What was it doing then? No. Something's wrong here. Hang on. Because I didn't find that character. Law library? No. Achievements? No. Quests. Sphere assembly level 5. Tip the spearhead zone story. Just walk through the horse, which is silly. What is this then? Now I'm slightly confused in here. I really am. Well, I'll go back to Captain Colleen to see what she wants. Tip of the spearhead. Hang on. Darwin parts above. Yeah, I don't want to be doing all the side quests at the same time. Collect Darwin parts. So I have no choice but to do it by the looks of it. That's looking good. Nice screenshot will do. A fish. Hold to select bait. Okay. So that worked. So where's another? Away shrine. Another way shrine. Another Darwin part. Okay. We'll go to that one. And where would that be? Very far. Okay. So I'm collecting his Darwin parts. This is a side quest given to me, but I still didn't find that Larissa. I don't know what on earth is going on, but the whole thing just disappeared. Don't understand why. Okay. Yeah, literally just have to be running forward. Then hopefully I'll get to it. Outside of the city walls. Sure, there will be some very unpleasant enemies waiting for me there. Okay, I'm not. I'm seeing the right direction, so that's all good. So it should be somewhere up here. Somebody wants me. Right, so it's to our left. To keep my eyes peeled to where this part is. Okay, so it'll be somewhere up there. What's cool is this character, my character doesn't get killed if I'm, you know, jumping from heights. Lady Smock. That's pretty good. There! Look at that! Found it! Okay. So that's the parts number 2, 3, 1 left. So let's see where the last one is on the map. Where is it? Oh, there. Okay. So I need to turn right and then head up there. Oh, it's quite good. Let's see what's in here. Oh. Why am I not going forward? What's going on? Why am I glued? Okay, nearly got eaten by wolves, as you could see. Wasn't particularly fast or accurate. It has been collected. Fine. It's a bit silly to engage in here. Never mind, I got some materials. Assassin beetle. Beetles are very, very deadly because they keep spitting. There's nothing to collect, they're useless. Well, that tells you all. What's this? Rash Merchant's Plummet. No, it's wrong, I'm not going there. There it is, so it's literally the other way. Okay. Gone the wrong way completely. Okay. Okay. Probably don't have to be crossing the river. As we are bored, we'll try to do something with this wolf. It's quick. Oh, where is it? Oh, there. Okay. Okay, so I can literally go straight through. If I can. That's very similar to having Bless. When you are doing some mining. No, this way is not particularly good. But I'm still using my disguise. You see that? That's quite cool. No, I won't be able to go up there. Mining. Oh! Oak Harvester unlocked. Really? Just a second, you know. It's too many things to look at, really. the game's vast, you know, just literally has so many different avenues of exploration. You can go everywhere. Still need to turn around 180 degrees. Like that. Is it on this side? Straight up again. I can't see myself now. Oh, I can. I'm blind. So I need to turn left. Well, you know, they placed all those dormant parts to areas which require further exploration, so that's the idea. Therefore you have to be walking and exploring, because you have lots of people who don't want to be walking and they use fast travel, and these games like Elder Scrolls are definitely not geared for that. Use fast travel when you are doing something on timing, or when you have got to be doing your admin at the end of your session, but otherwise you've got to be exploring the open world. This is what the open world is here for. It's very near the part, and it's there.
Damned murdering goblins.
But that's not it. Turn right. There, we found it. Talk to Rollon. So where's he? Was this Rollon in here? I don't think so. This is Gugnir. Or Gugnir. So where's the other chap? Oh, there. Okay. Talk to Rollon. So we found where he is. No, we didn't find where he is. So I need to go. Okay, like this. Runestone collect, of course. Okay, cool. Wonder whether I have enough materials for some cooking or crafting or, you know, selling. We can go across that bridge nicely. What I'll do is I'll just take a nice screenshot of my disguise, and that's something I've not done so far. So I've got that. Bear with me, I just want to have a bite to eat whilst we are doing this, so bear with me, I'll be back in 1 second. there we are. We'll now go and talk to Rulon. But I'm just a bit disappointed I wasn't able to find Larissa, because I remember doing this a couple of years ago, and I had exactly the same problem. So there's a catch somewhere, which so far I've not been able to untangle. Couldn't find a monkey. I looked for a monkey and failed. Just like today. Well, we'll find really the way out of this situation, so not to worry too much. And now I need to be turning towards my right. It's like this. You always have to be very good in navigation when you're doing these massive big open world games. Remember that? Mountain Flower. Sekapupu, Bless Unleashed on Xbox is a wonderful game, and it's similar to Elder Scrolls, but it does have a somewhat different aura with characters. Characters look a bit more adult, you know, and in the same way as you would have experienced the chaps in 2002. So it's a really good game, and really good for the community and for social. So if you have a chance to download it, Bless Unleashed, you can check it out on my streams as well. Oh, look at that! Ah, he was done quickly. He was done quickly. So this will be... yeah, this is the right way. I've gone slightly off mark in there. Wondering why my disguise is holding. Oh, I see. If I'm in combat with other characters, non-animal characters, then my disguise will disappear. Right, so we need to be just walking the path, and then let me see, this way? Yeah, that's right. I'm not doing lots of these side quests in purpose, because otherwise I'll be overloaded with tasks, and I don't want to do that really. I want to be doing one thing at a time. No, that's wrong. Well, lots of walking in here, a bit like in Hellblade's Senua Sacrifice. Beg your pardon. Is it Senua? Senua, I think it is. A very good game. Played it the other night. Really enjoyed it. Anyone who is a bit iffy on the nerves, don't play Hellblade. It's a scary game. Very scary. Because it's based on somebody's experience of psychosis, schizophrenia in other words, and it's very atmospheric. You hear the voices all the time, and it's very much like what people actually experience in real life. So I wouldn't recommend the game really to everyone, but if you're not fazed by that kind of experience, then definitely very, very interesting. Well, as you could hear, I'm playing loads of games, and I can recommend to Sekapupu another incredible game called Starlink. Well, that game is top notch, and the publisher and the developer is Ubisoft. I played it on a weekend. It was offered as a freebie. I loved it. You know, think of Destiny meeting Mass Effect, that sort of thing, and not as advanced with graphics, but it has very, very interesting inventions where characters pop up on your screen that talk to each other. You don't have cutscenes as much, and really, really good, really enjoyable. I really enjoyed it tremendously. I didn't play it for that long, but didn't want to purchase it as yet. I'll wait for the price to drop. Alright, so we are close to our chum in there, so we just need to be following the path by the looks of it. Wondering where that other character is. Why couldn't I find a monkey? Ridiculous, isn't it? Right, he's up there. Oh, there he is. Found him. Putting her sword away for some reason. There's Rulon.
Yes? Do you have something for me?
Do you have something for me? I found something you might be interested in.
Just what my sphere needs. Just give me a minute, then throw that switch over there.
I'll wait. Activate the rusty sphere.
I believe this will work.
Activate the rusty sphere.
Who knows what's going to happen when working
that?
with Wemmer devices? Now throw the lever, and we will see what happens.
Materials, plenty of materials. I'm an avid collector of materials, as you could see, but we need to really put them into good use. Missed out on one or two of them. Rawhide scraps. Okay. What else do we have here? Journal. No. Quests. Activate the rusty sphere. Show on the map. Didn't really pop up previously, did not say. I was examining it and it didn't really pop up, so it may be that my character, the character I looked for, was suffering from the same glitch. Look at this. What on earth is he doing? Look at that.
Research does not often produce such spectacular results. Most gratifying.
What on earth was that? Some sort of weird creature.
Oh, research never goes as one expects.
Was that good?
I'm amazed it worked at all. But thanks to you, I've made remarkable strides today. Narama will be thrilled. Please take this for your good work.
Well, I'm getting a new chest piece. Rulon's silken garb. I'm definitely taking it. And I'm completing the quest. Okay. So let us have a look at that silken thingy, scarab, whatever. Chest. Let's see. So, Rulon's silken garb. And Kurasu's stamina is 2484. It's much better than the other. 254. Yeah. So we got it enabled. No. Skills. Soul magic. There's something we need to do in there now. Soul trap. The rest is all locked up. Yeah, it's slightly glitchy, I have to say. It doesn't really always register straight away. Yeah. Okay, so that's all completed. So let me think. What do we have here on our journal? Captain Colleen. Okay. So Captain Colleen. Captain Colleen is just inside here. But I'm really annoyed that I wasn't able to find that other character. You know, really annoying.
The captain's inside.
The captain is inside. Well, that's encouraging. What this chum's doing in there? What's he doing?
Thanks to you, we've actually got a chance to pull this off. She's an old friend, captain of the Maiden's Breath. She's also a master of disguise. We can use that. The Sea Drakes use their lighthouse tricks to run her ship aground near Saintsport. Rescue her, and she might join us.
I tire of sitting here, Maloro. We should head to Saintsport.
Why?
This waiting rots my limbs and wearies my mind.
They're scum over there. They just lure ships onto the rocks and strip the wrecks.
All true, Maloro.
So you could see, I've gone to the right place, to Saintsport. I've gone to the lighthouse, but like Sakapupu said, she's probably hidden in some area, and I've not explored the lighthouse too well. Obviously, I missed her. So that's what I'll need to do next. Okay, because the game brought me back to Captain Colleen, realizing I wasn't really meeting the target, right? So that's basically what caused me this problem. My stream is now frozen for some reason, don't know why. Let's see. No, it's just on my display, it's working properly. Okay, I'll look for Larissa. How do I find her?
She stays well hidden. Your best bet is to look for her monkey, Howler. They're never far apart. Find that monkey, and you'll find Larissa.
There you go. So that's the reason as to why I didn't see her. So I need to look for the monkey. Remember doing this before? It was the same problem. So we need to go to the lighthouse, right?
The wrecks.
All true, Maloro. Yet at least we would earn coin. Peace, Maloro. No call for such talk.
See again.
I remain and will pray for patience.
Port Handinway Shrine. Map completion. There you have it. Well, some of it is not too bad.
I tire of sitting here, Maloro. We should head to Saintsport.
Why?
This waiting rots my limbs and wearies my mind.
They're scum over there. They just lure ships onto the rocks and strip the wrecks.
All
Saintsport is the place where the lighthouse is. Okay. That's the other way. So we need to go there. We need to do a bit of swimming again to get there. So why is this compass not very reliable? Seems all sorts of directions, as you could see.
so much to do.
Yeah, I know what's going on in there. Well, this time I'm definitely not going to give up on a monkey. The lighthouse is up there. There must be a glitch somewhere, because you could see even right now when we're looking for this character, I'm not getting the right direction in there. Ah, chest, right. What? What's going on? I don't have a lockpick because I broke it. Not funny. They're gone. Alright. Then I'm not bothered. Simple. Take everything, and now we need to look for that monkey, so really I need to keep my eyes peeled to all that is out there. It's Sea Drake disguise. Well, it's a different type of disguise. I think we'll probably put it on. Keep forgetting where the appearance. Yeah, that's right. There you could see a sea drake disguiser go back again. Can sneak in nicely, so let's have a nice selfie in there. Right, I'm really looking for that monkey. Where is the monkey? I have a cup of tea in here. Have a cup of tea and think about life. What do you think of that? Sounds good, eh? My character's doing exactly that. Excuse me. So this is the way up. Okay. So we've been here, we know that there's nothing in here. Monkey is not, so he can literally cross this down. Nubbing. Drink. Combri Kai. Or chai. Turkish word for tea. Imagine Slavon also call it chai. Must have come from Turkey, really. So let me think. If we can't find the monkey, I don't know, it could be underneath somewhere. I don't know. Go back to. There isn't anything up there. Okay. I really thought that there was something hidden behind the screen, but it doesn't appear to be the case. Maybe like a shot or something. Nothing of the sort. I'm properly hydrated, picking up all that water. That's pretty good, eh? So there's nothing on either side. Just a second.
help me. They're after me. The sea drakes. When it gets foggy, like last night, they play tricks with the lighthouse, lure ships aground. Drowned or captured. Captain Larissa's looking for them. You heard of crafty Larissa, right? Anyway, I'm through. No more sailing for me. You want to find the captain, just look for her monkey, Howler.
I really want to put my head through the wall now. I really do. It's ridiculous that I didn't speak to him because he was holding the clue. But how was I to know this? Well, I should have known because he was marked there with that big, whatever it is, the pointer. I looked for the monkey when monkey can't be seen before we talk to him. Well, I learn something every day, don't I? So there you go. Find the monkey, I've got it. Help Captain Risa rescue a crew from the sea drakes. Okay. Find Howler now. So that should be where? Howler is the monkey. Okay, so find Howler above. So that must be in the building in here then. You see, they don't really engage because I'm wearing the disguise. So that's quite good. Take a screenshot of that. You can see how useful this disguise is because you can just walk through everywhere. Now I've been spotted. Okay, allegedly. Looks like the monkey will be here. Brigands. Yeah, no lockpicks. To purchase some lockpicks. So where's the monkey? Is he on the roof? No. Put that disguise back on. Put the character. Where is it now? Appearance. Okay, I've got it back on. waste. Skill line gained as well. Heavy armor. Skills. Yep. It's the one. Oh, you need one skills point, which is what I do not have, right? Inventory. Slottable. No, slottable's there. Munching away already. Materials. Okay, so where's that monkey now? Above. I can't believe it's marked. Is this where monkey is? If that's the case, I'm gonna be drinking champagne in a minute. I don't drink alcohol actually, so. It's a sky shard. I keep forgetting that we don't. I keep thinking of you know, the games like Bless, where you get the illumination coming from your next quest point, and that's very, very useful. I really much prefer it that way, because you know, you don't really spend your time looking for items, and that's what I've been telling you all along here today and during my other broadcasts. Well, people say that if it's illuminated it's too easy. Maybe, but I think if you are an avid gamer, what you don't want to do is spend like 25 hours looking for something completely mundane. And okay. Always remember to explore the area, because you will be able to pick up lots of different items. Plenty of rats and mice, but I do not. Rawhide helmet, okay. There's this one. Water skin. Water skin we'll take, of course. Will be very useful. Keg. So at least we are alright with materials and all else. Aladdin's cave in here by the looks of it, right? A rat. Well, we're not gonna bother with a rat.
Oh, you aren't at all what I was expecting.
I found a monkey. After all of this, I found a monkey. Look at that. Talk to crafty Larissa. So where is she? Oh, she's inside now. Well, the monkey wasn't there before. I walked through here several times and the monkey was not there. It must be to do with me not collecting materials from those barrels and kegs and everything inside crates. Because I would have seen the monkey on the way in. That is a bit silly, I have to say. So there's crafty Larissa in here. Okay, let's talk to crafty Larissa.
What brings you to this trash pit?
Hello, crafty Larissa. I nearly broke my back trying to find you. How on earth were you able to keep yourself so well hidden?
Sneak up on you? That's what I do. Now answer my question. What are you doing here?
Well, I'm here to rescue crafty Larissa, captain of the Maiden's Breath.
Charming. The maiden's wrecked on the sandy shore. As for crafty Larissa, you found her. Just in time, too. Captain Helene's sea drakes have my crew. I won't leave without them. Help me rescue them, and I'll owe you a favor. We're going to disguise my crew as sea drakes. Take these clothes. Look for a portly Breton, a sour red guard, and a big orc. The drakes are keeping them in the large buildings. Once they're out, meet me by Helene's ship.
I just realised that the switch didn't really cut out my mic. It doesn't seem to work. I was probably using a different setup for my Xbox compared to what I have for PlayStation, so a few problems with it from time to time. Alright, so we need to remember, we're going to disguise Macross Sea Drake. So I've got this guys already. Take these clothes, look for Portly Breton, a Sour Redguard, and a Big Orc. So there's 3 characters there. Portly Breton, Sour Redguard, and a Big Orc. The Drakes are keeping them in the large buildings. Once they're out, meet me by Helene's ship. So I ask, what if I need a
Look for hampers
disguise?
with clothes, or kill a sea drake and take theirs. Put on their clothes and you'll look just lovely. Oh, do watch out for the sea drakes with torches. They're not drunk. If you get too close, they'll spot you and alert the others.
Understood. Let's get started.
Remember, you can take clothes from hampers or off dead sea drakes.
Okay, I'm wearing a disguise already, so...
Oh, and try not to get killed.
To the side!
I'm trying to work out if I didn't see her before. A bit odd.
Somebody, come to my aid!
There's plenty to eat in here. Plenty to drink. Radishes. Meal. Any more? No, looks like I've eaten everything. This disguise is working rather well. So that's not him.
Choke and die, Sea Drake. I'll spit on your grave.
Hold on. Larissa sent me. I've got a disguise you can use to escape.
She wouldn't leave me to rot. Quick, untie me. The Sea Drake spent the past few hours breaking my fingers. I can't wield a sword, but I can still strangle a few on my way out.
Sounds good. Let's make it happen. Let me untie you.
These Sea Drakes give pirates a bad name. Kill every last one of them you see.
Oh, he's gone already, aren't he? Ah, he's gone as well. Ah, it's annoying. It's a nice picture. Release Crenard Dortine and Mekag Groybug, so we need to do these guys as well. But you know what? I've been out streaming for about 3 hours, so what I'll do is I need to take a short break. I need to watch the government press conference about the situation in our country, which is going to be kicking off in about 5 minutes. So I'll take a break and then I'll come back in about, well, I'm not sure, maybe an hour or so, and we carry on with our adventure here in Elder Scrolls. So stay with us and, you know, double check on the channel later on for the reappearance of my broadcast. Well, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. It's been a bit of a struggle, I have to say. It did take me a long while to find that monkey. The catch there was to talk to one of the guys who was asking for help, and I thought he might have been a character leading me to another side mission, but actually he was part of the campaign. So all that's been completed. I released one of the sailors for Crafty Larissa, Captain Larissa as they called her, and I still have to release other two. That's Kreenard Dotin and Mekag Groybug. So I will tackle them once I come back. So on that note, I'll wish you all a very, very good afternoon, and I'll see you all later.